This episode features a standard segment of filming outside of Beaksley. The Heath police station became a textbook example of cops abusing their power, breaking the law, and being gently but firmly corrected on public rights.
Yeah, this one's going to get troublesome. I already know what's going to go down. Look at... No particular reason, just because this is what I've chosen to do today. Would you mind identifying, please?
PC Dean.
Okay.
Code number 17920.
Thank you. And yourself?
Okay.
Why are you lot all coming out like this? You're making me feel nervous.
Because
like.
when people start filming outside of our police station, it tends to alert red flags. Okay?
For what reason?
Mainly for terrorism. I'm not saying you are.
It is a loaded remark when an officer claims that people primarily videotape police stations in order to commit acts of terrorism. It uses a strategy called inferred connection to raise suspicions without actually blaming you. Filming in public places, including police stations, is not illegal in the UK. Nothing in the law stops you from doing it. The term terrorism is frequently used as a conversation control tactic to make you uneasy, allude to a serious inference, and possibly support a stop and search under anti-terrorist laws.
Okay.
Okay, but mainly because majority of people come around, they like to film our cars, know what our registrations are, know what our police officers look like.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
No procedures for getting in and out of the building safely and securely. So that in that way, they can potentially perform a terrorist attack, okay, and have it all on recording. So that's why we come down and we like to check to make sure why they are. So you asked me to identify myself.
Yeah, I'm not going to identify, no. No.
Why is that?
I'm not required to, I'm not committing any offence.
You're not required to because you're not committing any offence?
Yeah, absolutely.
However, you are in a public place.
Absolutely,
okay?
exactly.
So under Section 50 of the Police Reform Act,
okay,
you could be required to identify yourself with name and address, or you could be arrested, okay? If your
what if
behaviour
I'm
is believed to be
antisocial? So am I behaving antisocially?
Section 50 of the Police Reform Act 2002, which allows the police to request your name and address only in the event that they have a reasonable suspicion that you are acting in an antisocial manner, is invoked by the officer. However, antisocial behaviour goes beyond simply using a camera outside a police station. It also includes actions that are likely to harass, scare, or disturb members of the public. Publicly filming is not inherently antisocial. Unless your acts are intentionally creating annoyance, alarm, or distress, it is completely legal. Section 50 is not relevant. The officer may be attempting to coerce or bluff the auditor into divulging information in this case. However, it may be interpreted as abuse of authority or an attempt to illegally collect personal information if Section 50 is brought up without justification.
Filming outside the police
Does
station
not constitute antisocial behaviour, no. Is that the route we're going to go down? I'm not going to give you my name. I'm not going to give you my name. I wouldn't suggest using the Section 50 power. You would have to prove that I'm behaving antisocially, causing members of the public harassment, alarm, and... Okay, so how's my behaviour?
If you're filming and the fact that you're standing outside, if there's a member of the public to walk past and feel completely distressed by the fact that you...
How would they feel distressed by that? Am I engaging anyone else? I'm just here filming you.
When you walk past...
What are we doing? And are you going to nick me now, are you?
Well, I'm going to ask you to move on, sir.
I'm not going to move on. I'm in a public place.
At the moment, you're not in a public place, sir. This is cast as a private place.
Nah, it's not private.
Roads, pavements, and places where the general public has unrestricted access are typically considered public land. For the purposes of most laws, such as the Public Order Act and even Section 50 of the Police Reform Act 2002, land that is open to the public without obvious signs, barriers, or restrictions, even if it is owned by the police or a local government, is still regarded as a public place by the law, unless it is marked, fenced off, or subject to other restrictions. A street just opposite a police station is still open to the public.
No, look, this is a pavement, mate. What are you talking about?
Tell you what, sir, if you want to be in a private place or a public place, take a step on that pavement.
No, I'm good here. I'm good here. I'm good here. So this is not a private place. How is this a private place? Look at where we are. Look. Just so the camera can pick it up, yeah? So if it...
So there's your yellow lines.
No. You're talking nonsense, mate. You're talking rubbish. There you are, mate. You're trying to flex jurisdiction. Let's just pack it in. Yes, you are. I will carry on filming. No, I'm not going to step there. So we've gone Section 50, and now we're talking about private land. What's next?
So I'm correct in what I'm telling you.
No, you're just flexing unnecessarily. Yes, you are.
Flex unnecessarily. You're not an issue to me. 179.
All right, I'm not an issue. No worries.
You are not an issue to me.
Good.
I have no reason to flex to you.
Good.
You are not that much of an issue.
Good. Then there should be no reason. There should be no concerns about me filming. Then if that's the case.
Well, generally there is concerns.
Well, you just said that I'm not an issue to you.
You're not an issue for me to flex. That means I'm not bothered by you. You're not big, high and mighty, okay?
Okay. It's not about me, it's about you. This is about your ego, not about mine. Not about your... Yeah, of course it is.
Your ego needs to be approved and swept and fucking stroked because you're standing...
Did you just swear?
Because, yeah, I did just swear.
So you
not in a
just...
public place.
This, of course you're in a public place, you just committed a section 5.
I'm not in a public place. Hold on.
Dean, bruh,
This is
pack it
private
in,
land.
mate, pack it in, mate.
Public places over there.
Pack it in, mate.
Public
Mate,
places
pack
over
it in
there.
right now. Don't swear again. We're all in a public place. This is all public.
Private.
This is all public. This is all publicly accessible. Show me where the boundary is that denotes public and private.
Line.
No, double yellow line doesn't denote private property. Dean, mate, you're digging yourself a hole. You're digging yourself a hole. You just swore. You started with section 50. Then you're saying private property. Even if this was private property, it's a civil matter. This is publicly accessible. This isn't private property anyway.
This is private
mate.
land, sir.
Mate, this has not been good. Mate, this ain't good.
Okay.
Why are you swearing? Can I swear? Can I use the F word?
You can swear if you want, sir.
So I can say fuck, yeah?
Congratulations.
Fuck. Yeah, no, I feel good, yeah.
Well done. Okay. Just we'll carry through. We've got no paper.
And you did swear in a public place.
Private.
This ain't private, mate. No, it's not. You're making yourself look ridiculous. Just go back inside, mate. All right. I don't have to take a pinch of nothing. I don't have to take any advice from any of you. I'm in a public place filming, which is lawful. And you've tried to threaten me. Yeah, you have. Yes, you have. You haven't educated me. I'm educating you right now. Go on.
Like, with you standing so close to the entrance...
I'm not obstructing you, am I?
No, but you need to listen. With you standing so close to an entrance, filming, that poses security questions for us, okay? There are people who wish to do the police harm.
Okay, I'm not one of those.
Okay, but we don't know that, do we?
Well, you have to go based on what you do know.
You haven't identified yourself, so
I don't need to.
treat you as an unknown risk, so we don't know...
Why am I at risk? This is a camera.
Because you're...
The term unknown risk is not a legal norm and is extremely risky. Instead of relying just on uncertainty, the police must base their actions on a reasonable suspicion of misconduct or threat. The distinction between legitimate policing and unjustified suspicion is dangerously blurred when everyone is treated as an unknown threat, which is against fundamental human rights.
An unknown risk. Common sense...
Based on
would-
what? If an old
Sir,
granny
you're
was
not letting
filming
me
here,
finish.
would she be an unknown risk?
You're not letting me finish, so that you can't understand my point. Okay. By you standing here, common sense would dictate that poses a security risk.
Why?
to the
Is the building
police
not
section.
secure? Like, you
Well,
lot
with
are
you
armed, like
standing
you've got a
here-
taser. Like, what sort of security
with
risk
you
is it?
standing here constantly, filming cars coming in and out, right next
Marked
to
cars that are paid for by the taxpayer. I've got every right to film them.
Right next to where a gate opens in and out. Like I said, you're an unknown risk. You've got a bag. We don't know what you've got on you. You could run
All
in.
right,
You could
well,
have something on you that we don't know.
Yeah, well,
so that's why.
I mean, there's lots of members of the public that have stuff on them that you don't know.
I know, but they're not.
Are they all unknown risks as well? Yeah, well, I can be here.
Everyone's an unknown risk.
Everyone's an unknown risk. We don't live in a police state where everyone's an unknown risk and you're constantly doing surveillance. What sort of you lot have been brainwashed or something? I'm just a member of the public. Chill out. We're not all unknown risks. What are they teaching you in training? Unknown risk. Is this a police state? Do you have to spy on each other? All like, we all have to like snitch on each other? What's going on here? Like, what is going on here?
So we have to manage risk. So we always have to manage risk, and that's why we have to do
Hey, you lot are...
unknown risk and known risk.
No.
So anything that we don't know is unknown to us, so we have to treat it with an element of caution.
Okay.
Yeah? That's fair to say, isn't it?
Okay, I mean...
That's a common sense approach to this. And because we don't know you, you've not identified yourself with us, we don't know the risks that you pose.
Would you identify yourself?
Yeah, I'm PC Cook,
Okay.
1654.
Sure.
Yeah? And I'm just talking to you like I would to anybody else.
All right.
And that's the point I'm trying to impress to you today, sir, that's all.
Okay, now what?
Well, like my colleague said, because we don't know you, we don't know the risks, we are going to just ask you to move on to the public point.
This is public here. I guarantee you 100% this is public here.
But with your proximity...
And even if it was private, this is publicly accessible. Look. Just for some context, right? He's saying this yellow line denotes where it's public, where it's private. So how could this possibly be private property? Even let's say hypothetically it was private property, yeah? Who owns this property? Does the Met Police own this property, or would they hypothetically lease the property?
Owns this property.
No, they don't. Okay, right. So who pays for the council? How's the council funded? I'm pretty sure this is leased anyway. I'm pretty sure the Met don't own this.
This was gifted to us.
So,
You know that for a fact, do you? Well, you got flowers on your radio.
Why not?
so
I'm
if
asking
you
why.
went into a shop, if you went into a shop and they had a counter with no barriers either side, you would know that
Yeah, that shop's not paid for by the taxpayer.
So that behind that kiosk area, even though you can access it, is an inaccessible point. That's another common sense approach. So you can see that from there to here, and then this bit here, common sense would dictate that this is not a public part of the domain. Yeah?
Okay, well this is all paid for by tax money, so...
But you have to, you understand why we're talking.
You understand how like fiscal policy works? So the government tax, and then they spend on public services, and this is that. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a fiscal policy, it's the economic policy, right? So it dictates how spending and taxation works.
Okay, I'm not here for a lesson, I'm just trying to talk to you.
Right. And I'm just trying to explain to you.
As a person,
yeah.
From a person to a person, why we are managing the risk of somebody standing by the entrance that's constantly used to a police station.
Okay, have I satisfied that I'm not a risk?
Well, no, because we
Alright, well how are you going to satisfy it then?
Well, we're just...
Just remember, everything I'm doing right now is perfectly legal, so just remember that. And it's not antisocial. Well, why did you backpedal on that?
I didn't backpedal.
Yeah, you did. But why are you not nicking me under section 50 then?
Because I've got no reason to nick it. It doesn't mean backpedaling.
Okay.
I'm trying to approach you with common sense. I don't like to unnecessarily criminalise people.
Oh, thank you. Good,
So,
good.
Me and my colleague have tried to appeal to your common sense nature, but clearly...
Good. I'm happy that you're not. I'm happy that you're not criminalising people. That's good. You know of any officers doing stuff like that?
Do I know of any officers
Yeah.
doing unnecessary criminal?
Yeah. Never heard of that. Right, good. Good. Why? How can you just? You know you swore in a public place as well.
I didn't swear.
Yeah, you did.
I did not. And if that has offended you, then I do apologise, but I did not swear in a public place.
You did. You said the F word. I've got it on camera.
I swore, but I'm not in a public place.
All right. If you say so.
Okay.
Right, we done?
Yeah, you go back your day.
All right, you're dismissed. You're dismissed. Go away.
Thus, the auditor was merely filming outside a police station in this video, which is an entirely acceptable activity in a public area. In spite of this, officers tried to coerce him into identifying himself without a good reason by threatening him with other charges, including Section 50 of the Police Reform Act. They then treated him like a security danger and asserted that the area wasn't public land, which is simply untrue. While the officers abused their power, including using profanity and acting in an unprofessional manner, the auditors remained composed throughout. This is an obvious instance of police misinterpreting or abusing their authority to threaten someone who is expressing their rights. It's critical to understand your rights and avoid being coerced into complying without justification. I appreciate you watching. For more audits dissecting police authority and holding officers accountable, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all at the next one, and be careful. Calm.